Bangalore what it is, but make the country what it is, a startup nation. I think this is only enabled mostly by not-profit organizations like TiE, and of course, I would take a moment to shout out to another partner who works very largely, NASSCOM. I think soon we will have hopefully somebody from them as well, because this is of course a very important part of the ecosystem. I think the role that TiE Bangalore and TiE Global are playing, and the role that specifically today we have the executive director, Mr. Vijeta Shastri, the kind of role they are playing is sometimes is forgotten, and it goes unappreciated. So I think it's very important. Today you are on the hot seat, Vijeta. Welcome. And of course, I might throw some highballs. Be careful. But initially, I'll just let you introduce yourself, introduce the wonderful work you do at TiE, and take it away.
Thank you so much. And Jagat, it's just about being a functionary. I think TiE has been around for 28 years. Actually, 1992 is when it started, ironically, in Boston, in the US, because it was about all the young, entrepreneurs of those days who wanted to understand how global alliances, partnerships can be put in, how can mentoring support be given, how can access to funding be given, education, knowledge, go-to-market strategies, and of course, now it's a plethora of incubators, accelerators that are there. But before, it was not so tough. You didn't have, platforms like yours about which you could use for sales or communication. You did not have much of an email. You did not have much of so many things, right? So that time it was a very different one, and now it's very different. But the challenges remain the same, and one has to figure out how to make it happen. So Jagat, what one can do is that we do our best. We try to network, and we try to shout out from the rooftop that come together, because in isolation nothing can be done, right? I mean, that the NASSCOM, the Center of Excellence, the 10K warehouse, there are 60 plus chapters of TiE. You have become a member. You have started getting yourself into the various WhatsApp, seeing all the ways that digital channels work. But it is not even a fraction of what is really possible. Okay, so I think this conversation today will talk about that. What are the platforms? What is the potential? What is the ways that everyone can work together and just make things happen?
Absolutely. So very quickly. So of course, TiE has been there, as you said, for quite a long time. But I think today is a very different time in the ecosystem, right? I think while they might have started long time back, and I'm sure these are probably some people who have exited from here, Silicon Valley, have understood how the technology play
Correct.
out.
Correct.
And bring in that culture, which is basically risk taking, bumping into building out ideas, building out prototypes. But most importantly, I would say the word risk taking is very, very important, right? But we still had IT and technology in India for a long time. But what separates, I think, organizations like TiE is their focus probably more on product specific companies. The building of companies that are quickly fundable, have that venture capital route, fast growth kind of models, right? So is TiE also useful for companies who are, let's say, in the services sector? Let's say I have a digital agency, or I do web applications for like a services business. TiE, I think, also is applicable to them, or would you say more for kind of product related companies?
Sure. So let me answer that. So we are a membership driven organization, Jagat. That's why you are also a member, and we have so many other members. So who are our members, correct? So they are also VCs, right? We have people from Inventors, we have Idea Spring, we have got Dexter Capital. So many folks are there. Okay, so there are VCs, there are large scale entrepreneurs, there are people who run the accelerators in the corporate also, who are part of our the membership team, and the charter members and estate members. And it is also the fact that lawyers, chartered accountants also form a large part of this, because they provide services. So digital marketing companies, there are many who are there. There are electronic companies who are there. So it's whoever wants to network, connect. It is also about a business. Okay, let's be very clear. It's not just that it's not a feel good thing. You're there because peer-to-peer networking. You want to look at the global scale that can be done. Definitely, okay. Right now, in the last 6 months, there are no physical events, but before it used to be all about large physical events, and also collaborations between the chapters, Jagat. Because see, and it is something for you also, right? While you are a member of TiE Bangalore, there are a lot of webinars, etc., happening all over the country, all over the world. Okay, and most of it we try to keep it free for members. What do you do then? You get part of those groups. You become part of all those various platforms. Yes, we don't spam, because this is something that I always tell people, right? Just imagine in a room of 300 people, everyone trying to sell to each other and no one is buying. That's not the way it works. Think more of a collaborative spirit. Think about how we can get to know each other better. How can we work together? And for example, you have services to offer. You are a product platform. You have services. You have webinars, conference solutions, etc., etc. And you talk to people, and then you see what can be done. The same way, there may be other people who could offer you certain services. They could be able to collaborate with you, partner with you. You could grow together with them, right? Then that's how it should really
Oh,
work.
that's always our mission. In fact, so I look at this as you know, for a long time we are a very product focused company, and
Yeah.
while many other companies have done a lot of what we call marketing, we go and do a lot of outreach. We, as you know, and a lot of people in the ecosystem, they keep telling us, why don't we do marketing more aggressively? For us, it's a model where, as I've said before, we are building this from the inside out, and the close set of customers. In fact, even today I had 3 calls, all of them who wanted our services, and I found out and asked them, where did you get our number? How did you come to know? They said, no, we have already attended some events of some other similar like this one. There are multiple events that keep happening, and they attend that, and indirectly they come. So that's one of the beautiful things. And for us, the more important thing, as you know, we are not a large company, so we're a small company. We prefer to be small right now. But what's very important is that we work very closely with our set of customers. As I think people know, we are there on demand almost. Like there is no waiting anytime. So I think that's how we do it. But of course, being part of TiE, I thought it was good to engage formally and become a member to also learn from the others. So of course, I think these TiE groups would be like my go-to for a lot of help, right? So
Oh
I think
yes, oh
as a
yes,
startup founder.
absolutely, absolutely. So Jagat, there also you'll find a lot of people or in different things. Entrepreneurs will be there. There are people who are other enablers are there. There'll be people from accelerators, incubators, from the government also. The startup cell of Karnataka is there. There are people from Odisha. There are people from Bhopal. So there's a whole mixture of people that you should be networking with, right?
One of the posts I saw, Satya from Satya also, I think is a member.
Yes,
So I think
yes,
that's
he's a charter member with us, and he's very clear that the reason why he's in a personal capacity, but how can we work very closely? Because the Elevate program is there. There are so many opportunities, right? I mean, different governments have different startup policies, but Karnataka has got a fantastic policy. They also
absolutely.
try to help. Yeah, they try to help people also. Jagat, like if you apply for a patent, up to 85% of that can be reimbursed once you get it. Everything. There are so many schemes.
A lot of perks and incentives from the Karnataka
Yes,
government.
yes. I
And of
mean,
course, Karnataka, I think we all know, Bangalore is the home of technology, no matter what
it is
people
the
say.
home, right? And Jagat, look, you also know, right? I mean, Amazon, you need credits, you need support, you need optimization. How do you get it? But when you're part of bodies like TiE or even NASCOM and other things, you get a lot of support from the other large ecosystem enterprises also.
Right.
So unless you understand this, research this, and take advantage, you cannot really grow, and you can't really leverage all the opportunity.
Right. So as an entrepreneur, as a member of TiE, someone who becomes a member, firstly, the help is that a lot of these things can be, you help in making these things easier for the entrepreneur and do everything themselves.
Yes.
And secondly, they have this wonderful community of like-minded people with whom they can, kind of have offline kind of conversations.
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
move forward.
And Jagat, it's about money also, right? I mean, you are also hustling. You're also, you're a small team. You want customers. You're competing against a lot of people. So there are also opportunities for paid POCs with accelerators. You can become a vendor. You can, work with all these guys. Then we recently, the Netherlands, we had done this thing where accelerators from outside of India also talking. Opportunities is what we want to create for Jagat. Okay. After that, there has to be, of course, you take the mentoring, you take the knowledge, you take the education, you do peer-to-peer. I mean, there's something I always recommend: do peer-to-peer conversations. So you are an expert on, say, you got grants, you have raised some, HNI seed money, whatever. How did you do it? You share some of these inputs, whatever you're comfortable with. It will help a whole next 100 or 200 entrepreneurs. That's what we care about.
Yeah, I think that's very important, and especially I must take a shout out. Give a shout out to our investor team, our angel investors. They joined us, last nearly a year now, and I must say that they're all people, extremely astute, and all of them at very very good positions today. But what's important, the reason, how it happens is that one, that you need to be in a position where you justify the investment. I think there are too many people today, startup founders, and I think you've seen this. I've been in this whole space for almost now 10, 15 years. But a lot of founders go out and the first thing they do, even before they have the concept or the idea, is to look to see if they can raise money. Right? And I think that maybe is not the best way to do it, because it's not only that, it's not that people, first of all, it's very difficult unless you have a past record. You cannot just go out and raise money on paper. But what's important is that, it's not ethical, I feel. Unless you have something tangible, you have proven to yourself that it's a model that's viable, that, people who are coming in as my shareholders, I'm able to deliver superior returns to my shareholders. This is the fundamental job of a CEO or a startup founder, right?
Yeah.
It's not about just raising money. I know a lot of cases where people have raised money and they have blown through that money and they have shut down the companies and startups because of lack of funds. It's a very, very classic case of, startup failure, right? And so that's something that you should avoid to do with your investors. You should always take money from them only when you feel that you can deliver 5x, 10x return on their investment in 3 to 5 years. This should be the spirit with which you raise money. And I think that's the number one thing. I think the nuances, of course, are there, getting the introductions, getting connected, and that's secondary. But I think as an individual, for any startup founder, and this is the way I look at it. I mean, of course, people may have their own views, but unless you are sure that you can deliver, 3 to 5 to 10x return on their investment in 3 to 5 years, which is a lot, you cannot be taking money from them, right? This is critical. And I think that's kind of worked for me. So, of course, happy to kind of contribute, be part of TiE and do all of that. So let's talk about some specific things, Vijay. I think you have so many things. I look at that TiE calendar you shared, and I think your whole team is working on so many initiatives. I do see one thing to do with the B2B sales, which is, a really good program that you have. You have something on learning that's very, very specific, which I think is the need of the hour. We're also doing Vidshala, and we'd like to see how we can do more things together. So learning, B2B sales, I think there's something on women entrepreneurship that you have very specifically, and a little bit on these, and you can also elaborate to me any other interesting programs that the audience would
sure.
like.
So I would like to be very clear that this is not just about TiE Bangalore. Okay, there are a lot of other opportunities available across the country because there are so many chapters running so many programs. And again, apart from TiE, we should also look at what NASSCOM is doing, the Center of Excellence, NASSCOM 10K. You must look at also the fact that what does TiE really do? It works with a lot of partners. For example, today I had a conversation. It's going to be announced in a couple of days, not immediately, that we're doing something with NTT. The NTT is the Japan folks, right? So they obviously it's all virtual, but they have some programs. Okay, so next week we are doing this with TiE Pune. So it's not just us alone, right? Even the B2B Sales Academy, Jagat, we're doing it with TiE Delhi. Okay, and very uniquely, CII and FICCI, who are the other two very large bodies and associations, are also helping us to do the outreach. Okay, because that's important. We don't want to be too inclusive. We want to be bring in more people, right? We don't want to say, okay, you are outside, you can't come. No, that's very not today. Definitely not today. Of course, we are a not-for-profit, and how do we run? Yes, contribution, very small contribution is from the members because we want to keep it very cheap, frugal, or free. And a lot of partner supporters. Okay, they say like, okay, help us to find startups, help us to find founders. We want to talk about all this. So we have Cisco Launchpad, we have Lowe's Innovation. In fact, a lot of these guys, Jagat, are looking for startups. Now, let's be also clear. Even if 15 or 20 of them are there whom we work with, at the most, they can accommodate about 150 or 200 startups. AB and Bev is there. The startup studio of SAP is there. Then Target is there. So what happens to the other 10,000? Okay. And okay, you have worked very hard. You're in a hot sector. So you got recognized by some of the investors who are trusting you, right, Jagat? They're trusting you to say that, okay, this gentleman and his team, they will hustle, they will do their best. You have ethics, you're going to try your best. But again, what happens to the rest 10,000 people? Okay. Or 20,000, I don't know. The DIPP figure says there are so many startups.
Yes.
So Jagat, one of the things that you have been doing, for example, I know that you've been doing this in NASSCOM, the League of Extraordinary Startups and Startup Sunday that you're doing, talk to each other. Yeah. I really feel that, and this is something that I take very personally and I feel bad about is that many times the founders are not talking to each other. Okay. Because, for example, we have posted XYZ things about all the programs that is being done on our digital media. Just one like and share from, say, 15, 20 more founders goes to another 10,000 people, 20,000 people. And today we are keeping things free as possible so that everyone benefits, Jagat.
Absolutely.
So that's something that we should do. I don't want to, get too much into nitty-gritty, but yes, we have programs from Government of Karnataka, Startup India is there. We have a lot of programs being done by other chapters, NASSCOM, CII, FICCI, that we would follow my timelines. And Jagat, you have been also very kind to share all this on your timelines as well. But take advantage of these programs. And Jagat, you should also talk about this fact, right? That when you prepared yourself to apply for GOT funding, it didn't just happen, no? They would have put you through the griller, right? Definitely. They would have gone through your documents. They would have gone through your everything, your past history, your friendships with people, what you do, etc. Right? So, what are the things that are important? You should talk about that also crisply, bullet pointed, but the legal structure, your NDAs, etc., etc. Okay.
Okay, I think that's a great question. So three pointers that I think is very, very important. Number one is that I think from day one that our compliances are legal, corporate structure, having the right balance sheets in place, having the, because we're not a company that incorporated yesterday. I've been running the business since 2010, and 2012 onwards incorporated as our parent company, Everycrave Webtech Private Limited. So we have balance sheets and annual returns and profit and loss statements for vast from 2012. So make sure that everything is systematic, because remember that and many times, I'm sorry, this is something that people need to kind of, what I have learned, right? People can understand when they feel like, but what I have learned in life is that people fail, systems don't fail. And at the moment you're building a company, the number one thing you need to be thinking about is systems. And if you can get some systems in place, and the most important of these, a lot of people jump straight into product development and sales systems. These two are very easy for, and especially engineers, your whole job is to build something and sell something. Engineers in the founding mentality. But what's critical is even before all of that, that you have your company structure correct. And I'm very, very fortunate, because my father is a kind of almost an authority today on corporate law in India. He's one of the topmost company secretaries / corporate consultants there is in the country. In fact, he's also one of the people who has helped draft the Companies Act 2013. So, for me, conversations of shareholder, kind of meetings, or seeing, for example, the balance sheet, or the, in the newspapers, you sometimes see these, documents of, what is the kind of last, shareholder pattern. You see these documents. It's a breakfast thing for us, right? So we used to enjoy seeing, oh, the reserves of this company has gone up. That's a good thing. It's a good sign. And you see that, hey, the loss has happened more this quarter, but see where that loss is actually happened. So understanding this, I think for me, I've been quite lucky that my father kind of introduced me as in a very subtle way into this whole way of thinking, in terms of companies, directorships, shareholding. This is a very different language, right? But I think what's important is that not everyone may understand the importance of that, but I think people should get into that, or have that right framework right from the beginning, right? So better to have it as a private limited company. Ensure that you have very clearly who are your board of directors, what's your shareholding pattern, articles of association, have all of this stuff completely right. This is the number one. Second, I would say, in terms of, again, fundraising and getting that whole thing ready, I think is the second is obviously you have to be doing something in a big market. I think the fact is that venture capital enjoys large markets. There is nothing more exciting to a venture capitalist to see billions of dollars worth of untapped market potential. And I think whether you like it or not, I mean, of course, you could go and open a store tomorrow or a restaurant, but those are not $1 billion kind of situations unless you have something digitally that disrupts it. So we were also lucky in the fact that, my investors came in at a stage before video conferencing really exploded. I think video conferencing exploded at the pandemic time, exactly from March to even today. We're in the middle of that explosion. Our investors obviously had the foresight, and we were the only company in India doing video communications technology. And I must, shout out to Shiva, to Karan, all of our investor team, who had the foresight to understand that this is going to be an industry that no matter what happens, and by that it's a large thing. I mean, today we have coronavirus, which has shattered the world. Yeah, they could be in any other industry. They could have, bet on any other founder, but instinctively, and my grace, I am very fortunate. My good luck that they came in and said, this is video content. So I think you need to be going after large markets, number two. And number three, I would say is, make sure that you have win-win kind of negotiating terms. Always, never try and say that, hey, there are some VCs who call themselves founder-friendly VCs. There are some entrepreneurs who say, I say I'm an investor-friendly entrepreneur. And that's, I think, very important, right? Because look, at the end of the day, they are betting their hard-earned money, and it could be any kind of round you do. It may be a 1 CR, it could be a $10 million round. It doesn't matter. I mean, but I would say specifically to angel investors, there's a difference between the angel investor.
Respect your investors, yeah.
Absolutely. And there's a difference, right? See, when an angel is investing, angel investor, it's very different from a VC investing.
Correct.
Because it's very personal investment to them.
Yeah.
And, they're putting X lakhs, or, it could be a crore, whatever, but it's really their hard-earned money. And I think that's a lot different from a fund having, a bunch of other partners, they're from who
So
collect the
Jagat,
funds. And
be careful. You will get. I know at least 25 to 30 startups are looking for angel investing. They'll jump after you. Jagat, we have Vipul with us. Hey Vipul, how are you?
Hi, Vedanta, I'm good. Hi, Jagat.
Good. So
How
Hi,
much can I
Vipul.
get you?
So Vipul's got to go for one more session. He's doing something with some students at SRM, but I just told him to come on. So let's take the example of Vipul, right? Ecosystem enabler at NASCOM, and now a startup founder and doing so much of consulting and so much of work, right? You guys know each other as well. So, Vipul, I want to take 30 seconds to talk about what NASCOM is doing, how they're working a lot with the startups, and how's been your entrepreneurial journey. Some learnings, bullet points, because I know you got to go to the next session, but very quickly, if you can talk about it.
Actually, a platform like NASCOM 10,000 Startups or, Time Handle are great. Am I audible? Am I clear?
Yes, you're clear.
So they're great platform, for people to come together. Now, the reason I also know Jagat is because, Jagat was there, part of the program. I was, one of the enablers there. But the connect and the learning is important, and it doesn't stop there. I learned a lot, and I was very clear from the beginning that I do want to take up the entrepreneurial route of, doing things. So it enabled me to do that. But I continuously, learn from you, sir. I learn from Jagat, and it's a continuous process. So it's very vital for startups out there to be a part of these programs, right? And the biggest deterrent today, you have a lot of people coming to you and saying, hey, I can mentor you. Hey, I can, share information with you. I can, guide you on things. I would say, and this has been the learning of the past 3 years, while being associated with those programs, is that you got to be wary of these people. Majority of them are looking at it as a CV point. They don't inherently believe in the risk that they're taking. So finding the right mentor, the right partner, like Jagat rightly said, people who believed in him, who invested in him, are the right people that you want to connect with. So that's something that can be done through these platforms and is very interesting. In terms of
Jagat, something happened to his something happened to his voice, right?
Yeah, I think probably.
Yeah, that's okay. I just disconnect, not a problem. Okay, he can come back. So Jagat, also I want to talk to you about a couple of things also, right? I mean, I'm just reversing this back to you. Is that what is it that keeps you awake at night? I know you work very hard, but what troubles you? What are the challenges that you face? Give bullet points, very crisp, point 1, point 2, point 3, because this is more of a sharing with the founders.
Oh yes, I think number one, there's only one thing today that keeps me up at night, and that's really customers.
Okay.
And we'll get to that. I think Vipul's online, so
Vipul is back online?
Is he there? No, not yet. Okay, there.
Yes, he's there. Hey, Vipul, welcome back. Yeah.
Thank you. So, what you, again, I mean, very valid point by Jagat. I mean, the customer is the key, right? Everything you develop, no matter which market you're in, customer focus is, important. That's what is going to get you the, bread at the end of the day. So, yeah, absolutely right.
So, how are you doing this, Jagat, Vipul? How are you finding customers?
For me, it's been a little easier because the process or the flow that I have looked at in terms of, my entrepreneurial journey has been a little different from the regular route. I understood there was a problem, with the COVID thing starting off, and I was ideating on creating a solution in terms of reducing the spread of the virus. And with that in mind, I went back to the market, to the doctors, the frontliners, multiple people involved, whose lives are affected today because they're out there and, working. I understood what their problems were, created a product solely based on making their life easier, nothing else. If I have to iterate the color right down to the design, it came from the customers because they are the eventual people who are using it, and I wanted to help them out. On the basis of that, got the design done, got the patents done, and now I'm working with different partners to get it out into the market. But again, the essence of that is customer focus. Does it really help, reduce the risk, for the virus for these people, and how do you make their life better? That's all.
Okay. So also, obviously, you created nice videos, you did presentations, you pushed it out on LinkedIn, you wrote about it, you put it out on WhatsApp groups. So you really hustled, right? So
Yeah.
I think, Jagat, you also obviously now you're part of TiE, so he's part of so many WhatsApp groups and so many communities. So I think that's a message that I want to kind of create from this conversation is that don't be in isolation. You can't say I'm a technology person and I will not bother about sales or marketing, right? I mean, that's important. You can't say I've got such a beautiful product and then why is no one knowing about me? You got to get it out there. You got to bring every single digital tool that you have to play, right? Fantastic, Vipul.
So I would just like to add one more point.
Yeah.
What you said is absolutely right because of two reasons. One, when I'm working on this, it's my baby.
Yeah.
And nobody can tell me my baby is ugly. You know, it hurts. But that's the truth. If you don't have like-minded people giving you feedback, you will never be able to improve on your product. And that is what you need to do continuously.
Fantastic.
The second point is when you start working with entrepreneurs through these platforms, they will come up with genuine problems that you need to look at. It's a safe testing ground and it's a free testing ground. I don't understand why people should not be investing way more time on this. It's there. You have smart people, you have intelligent people giving you insights. And to be very honest, if I say my contribution to this is about 30%, 70% is all about customer feedback and you know what people have said. That's all I've done. That's all I've done. And that is what I think works.
So you do a lot of research work, you do a lot of customer validation, but how do you make sure that your IP, your idea, whatever doesn't get messed up, Vipul?
Oh yeah, that's a very interesting
That's
question.
important, isn't it?
That's important. So I think the process that I started was that initially I reached out to people that I trusted with.
Okay.
And I was shameless about getting an NDA signed with them.
Okay.
And I told them very clearly that the intention of the NDA is not because I don't trust you or I don't believe in you. It's just that, you know, I have to make sure that till a certain stage the idea is protected. Right? So be very adamant about it. I know a lot of people will not sign it, but explain to them, you know, you're working on something new. You don't even know if that version would come out or something else would come out, right? So that's one. Secondly, again, and I cannot iterate this enough, I understand this problem. Jagat understands this problem. So you understand this problem. You know, when you're talking about a product, when it's in the initial stages, a founder will understand that, you know, I need to safeguard the other's interests as well. He's reached out to me, you know, with some faith in me. So you will find majority of the people on these groups, you know, protecting that identity and that idea. In fact, very interestingly, at NASCOM 10,000 startups, I have seen fintech companies discussing ideas with each other. And they could be competitors, but they give genuine feedbacks.
Okay, interesting, very interesting. Thanks so much, Vipul. I know you have one more session going on, so I will not stop you from that. But thank you for coming in and sharing these inputs with us. Okay, stay in touch. And just let you know that this League of Extraordinary Startups that Jagat has put together, Vipul was one of the folks that we got in a few weeks back. It was a very nice session, a beautiful presentation. I loved what you did. I wish I could even do 1% of what you do in terms of creativity, man. Both you guys are, by the way, Jagat and Vipul, are really good in presentations, which is a skill set that is important for founders. Okay.
I am really bad. Sorry that I wouldn't take that. I'm really bad. I don't have an MBA also, so I really struggle. I put together my product faster than my PPT, to be honest with you. So sorry, do you remember that, Vipul? I mean, even there, I think even at the NASCOM, my PPT looked like probably some LKG kid was doing crayons. And, you know, I just had to go and press video call and said, this is the technology. It's easier. So.
Yeah. But, you know, thanks so much, Vipul. And as always, a delight. Would love to see more blogs, more writing from you also, Vipul. I think once your IP is sorted out now, so you should be getting out more and more in platforms and talking about it. And I think Jagat, Vipul, can we impose on you for tomorrow? Jagat is putting together something called a Startup Sunday. So if you have it's in the evening, 7:30, even if you have 5 minutes to spare for us, and if you think there are some other founders that you want Jagat to be talking to and bringing on board, happy to get that sorted out. Okay.
Done. That would be really interesting.
Vijay, not only about me. The point is this, Vipul, the concept for Startup Sunday, let me explain, is basically, I think Priyank Vijeta gave that wonderful word saying informal board.
Yeah, informal
board. So it's on Sundays where, every founder is going through something in his mind that's a problem to him. And he really cannot share that with anybody, actually. Even your co-founder sometimes is difficult for many people, right? So this is a place where CEOs and founders can come together and put out, say, this is our problem. Like it could be one problem each person. And all the other founders actually give them ideas and tell them, solutions to that. It's up to the founder to take it or not, but at least, it's great to have some opinions, some views from specifically founders, because, the guys who have done it, been there, kind of done that. So that's the theme. Would love it if, you're part of it, Vipul. Yeah.
No, that's great. I think, that would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting.
Done. Hey, take care, man. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you. Good day.
Yeah. So for one thing, Jagat, one is about a distribution, right? You have a great product and then you want the world to know about it. So your idea is protected. Obviously, in your case, you better get it out there to millions of people, entrepreneurs, startups, coaches, yoga trainers, whoever, enterprises who want to do sales, etc. Right? And I think something that you advocate is the definitely the conference facilities, the video conferencing facilities, the widgets on your website, etc. Right? So if you were advising, say, some founders, okay, who have these kind of like say they have a product, but they can only do remote sales, right? They cannot do any other sales. So I mean, how would you do it? Again, bullet points, because there are a lot of things that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So you
No,
give
very
it from
quickly,
the founder perspective.
my whole deals many of them have been remote. In fact, our whole investment was done on a Republic TV styled video conference with all my investors. I had met only two of the 10, in person. So a lot of that. So starting, and that's a large deal. So doing a large deal where today, look, the world has become completely remote based. And that's the beauty of it. It's not a nice to have anymore. It's the only thing to have. So one of the things I look at is, we have to get into ideas like, look at what is the funnel. So one of the things that Indian companies really miss out, and this is something that today, with Vidphone, now that our product is really, I would say, world class, there is no real issues with it. And we compete heads on, as a product alone, not just as
that's fine. That's fine. You got to compete. No choice.
So the differentiator is you need to understand this whole concept of funnels, email marketing. And by email marketing, people think it's sending out some emails. It's not. It's about a complete process. And I would recommend, I would give a couple of tools that we use. You can use probably GetResponse or ConvertKit. I think these are very powerful tools for people. See, you don't even need a product to start selling. And you can basically, without even a product, you can have a landing page, and then you drive traffic to that landing page. You take them to a payment gateway, give them an offer, and then you have made them purchase the product even before you have a product. The customer only needs to see the landing page, get convinced with the content, pre-book, and he's giving you money. He's going to actually pay you money. So the funnel is everything. This is the most important thing in online distribution. It's not just about randomly putting out on Facebook groups, etc. These things don't work. You need to have clear and concise methods. And I would recommend, a couple of people I am referring to, for example, be it salesprocess.io. I think they are doing a great job, Nick Cosmin and team. If somebody goes through that, they give you so much value that you will think you don't even need that.
Yeah, obviously. And again, see, from my point of view, I know the Freshworks team very well. I know the HubSpot team also really, really well. Zoho is there. Yeah. So CRMs, right? You can use a free version.
Exactly.
But use it. That's the key. Correct?
And in India, I think, especially Chennai, from there, I think all the Freshworks team, ChargeBee, they have perfected the inside sales model.
ChargeBee raised 400 crores. Yeah. Awesome.
Today, it's all about whether we like it or not. Remote selling means inside sales.
Yeah. Awesome. The other things that I want to recommend to the founders is they don't just stick to your own areas, right? You should learn the best practices from different industries also and from different founders. No, you're not competing against them. You're not trying to pull them down or whatever it is, but learn some of the techniques that some of these founders are really, really good at. Some will be phenomenal at product. Some will be brilliant in marketing and sales because they've come from those backgrounds. Please learn from them. Develop those, tools or whatever. Jagat, I'm going to take Ganesh online now.
Sure.
He wants to know about Vidphone. So let's.
Hi, Vijita sir. Hi.
Mafia.
I think one more thing.
You're echoing.
Okay, I should have used my computer to do it. I'm doing from my mobile phone.
How are you, Ganesh?
So far, so good.
So tell us more because
No, I actually want to use Vidphone for my sales team. If you can give me help me understand how I could use, it will be very beneficial because I think all the other apps are very mainstream, and as you were saying of the inside sales, right? So if you can give a journey of one of the people, how they have used and how they benefited, and that would be very, very helpful.
Yeah. Sure. So very quickly, Ganesh, I'll just tell you, I'll take it offline as well. I'll discuss with you in depth. Main thing is full suite where you reach out to a lot of echo. Ganesh, point noted. I will reach out to you and definitely email. I will be in touch. I think there's some echo right now in that thing. Vichita, am I audible?
You are audible. I disconnected Ganesh. Sorry. I'm sorry about that, Ganesh, because of the echo. But again, Jagat, crisp 15 seconds, I wanted to talk about inside sales. As a founder, what are the things that you do to acquire new leads? and how do you think about conversions, right? Just talk about it. Very crisp, very crisp.
Right. So number one is, you need to be able to put out content. And today, the number one content that you put out is video, very simply put. And how quickly can you shoot out these video emails or video, what we can call video snippets? With Vidphone, of course, I mean, I'm not doing a sales pitch, but, the product is designed today for this kind of an era. So you can just go live, click one button, you're broadcasting your video. It could be a, message to your customers. It could be a session you're doing across YouTube, Facebook, and other places. Secondly, you want them to come, you want them to watch that video on your website. You don't want them to watch it on Zoom or on some other platform, because the sales is not going to happen over there. The sales is going to happen on your platform. So you need to host it on your platform. So we have that, integration where, with Vidphone, you can integrate. Then you have a chat widget. The moment the customer is interested, he clicks a button, starts talking to your sales or your business development team, becomes a customer, you screen share, finalize your negotiations, pay up the money, through your gateway. And then you become part of the customer team. So once the customer is there, it's all about customer success. Again, you have one-click remote support with the team, with your brand. And secondly, you have access to the weekly webinars for customer advocacy. So this is really the journey, the new video customer journey, marketing, sales, and support that we power through.
So I know, I mean, again, not saying which is right, wrong, or which is better, but payment gateways, there is CC Avenue, there's Razorpay, there's InstaMojo. Anything else that you try to use? I mean, anyone else?
I think we're trying, Razorpay, I think, we're having some discussions with them. Okay. Because obviously our scale is quite high, so we expect them to respond quickly to us. We use Stripe, and for India, we're still with CC Avenue for some reason. So Stripe is good because it's really international.
Yeah, Stripe is international, right? Yeah, I'm just kind of because this discussion is again about resources. Okay.
Ours is we keep it pretty basic. See, with payments and finance, we should not experiment too much. Go with the known guys, CC Avenue, Stripes International. Razorpay is good, but we have some things with their support.
Correct.
They have to support. So
of course. So Jagat, now one more thing that I want to say, resources are there, all that is there. One of the problems that I see with the founders, okay, and I want to be very open about this because I genuinely care, how it's very important for the founders to make sure that their lawyer and their chartered accountant are someone who's not really their friend.
Yeah.
Okay, I stress on that, not really their friend, but is a very, very core advisor who will pull them up, whack them if required, when they compromise on structuring and everything, right? And this is something that I know has got a lot of people into trouble. So again, very crisply, what are the tough things that your chartered accountant or lawyer has been told you to do, which is very, very sensible, and quick information to the founders out here?
See, I think number one, I would say that I'm lucky, as I said before. My father has always been there, and my father's college mate, they go back. They're both 65 plus, and so he's my chartered accountant. So I have very, very senior, people who counsel me from a business administration standpoint, and that's a good thing. You should not be experimenting on corporate governance or on your financials, accounts. So look, I've always run a very ethical company. There has been no case, to be very honest with you, I'm not just saying this. In my past 10 years as an entrepreneur, there has been not one case where my CA has told me, even before I've raised money or after I've raised money, there has not been a single kind of red flag that he has put saying that, hey, what is this transaction? Why has it not been accounted for? What is this? Number one, I think that really comes from who you are inside. Look, many people may start a business just to make a quick buck, and they think that startups are the route to do that. Well, let's be honest, that's not probably the best idea. And even if that happens, the costs to pay, ask all of the companies today who are in trouble, right? The guys who are, they would not trade their freedom for anything in the world. They would give off their 3 billion just to be free. And I think number one, if you want to live free and conscience is clean, don't get into such kind of, penny foolish moves. Number one. Secondly, in terms of corporate governance, yes, I think very, very important to understand that, your shareholder agreements are very clear with your people. And it has to be formal, legalized, and papered signatures done. You'll even Vijeta and, other people, whoever, I'm in touch with, whatever we do, I always say that let's complete the paperwork first, whatever it might be, right? Because that's the number one thing, even as I think Vipul was saying, right? The NDA. Now, many times as a startup, you may feel that, hey, I cannot do an NDA with a large company, or you may feel, that you may feel intimidated. But this is not the fact. An idea is an idea. It doesn't matter whose idea it is. It has the same value. The idea is just an idea. And so we have always done NDAs with large customers because we generally have breakthrough ideas. And of course, the other people at the organization, you may trust the person you are talking to in the enterprise, but that may go to somebody else. and you don't even know that person, right? And he can do anything. So, and we as startups, you don't have the energy to go after these larger companies in case they. I'm not saying large companies do, but you need to be protected against these. So far so good. I have not had any real issue, to be honest with you. But if people are doing wrong things, I think, look, the CA will not pull you up. Today, the government is so smart. Even if you mess around with 2 rupees of GST, you're going to get an email.
Okay.
Let me tell you, the government is like that today, and it's a good thing that they have set all these processes in place, everything automated. To thank the government for making this kind of compliances on the financial side so easy with the GST portal and everything. It's brilliant. But on the one thing that I think is important for the governments and other areas, and where I have kind of had extra care, where when you have international investors, there is a large amount of money that goes into the compliances, be it with RBI, be it in the FEMA or other. You need a merchant banker report. You need a valuation separately, and you need a merchant banker valuation separately. So these are things that maybe when you're raising a round, you need to accommodate all these amounts when you raise, because it's all real costs that go in. So
as a founder, does it bug you that you have to do so much? There's no choice, but right?
Not at all. So I don't look at it this way. You know me well, and one of the things that I enjoy this because I learn so much. And I have not done a BCom course or done ICSI, CA or CS. But by being an entrepreneur, this is the number one benefit of being an entrepreneur. The fact that you can learn so many things, and it's free of cost. I mean, it's not free. If you make an error, it's expensive error. But you can learn all these things. Learn what is a corporation? How does a business run? Why is it different from your corner shop guy running the business when you run it with shareholders and directors? How different it is. I think these are things to be appreciated, and you won't learn these in B school. You only learn it in what I call E school, which is entrepreneur school.
Yes, it's definitely. And Jagat, see, one of the resources or other things that I would like to very specifically talk about is, look, it is not easy, okay, but at the same time, what we talked about an informal board. Make sure that you have enough advisors. Look at all the like Bloom or Sequoia or 100x VC. They are sharing a lot of resources. Y Combinator, for example, they share a lot of easy to understand resources for startups and founders. Please go through it. It is not gospel. It is, though you can't say tomorrow, I listen to Y Combinator or I listen to Bloom, I listen to whatever it is, and then I follow them, I got into trouble. It's not that way. Learn, understand. Does it fit into you? And then take mentorship. See, one of the things that we keep talking about at TiE is we do this legal clinics, Jagat. Yeah. Legal clinics, funding clinics, marketing clinics. We keep trying to do all that so that learnings are shared. And this is done, mostly pro bono. Everything is taken care of by TiE itself. So, I would love people to take advantage of this. Okay. And it doesn't make a difference of how senior you are. You're learning every day. Okay. And Jagat, the other thing that, since this is about knowledge sharing platforms, and I think look at what embassies are doing. I would give a shout out to UK. They have these Go Global programs where they're trying to look at startups and founders who are looking at specific solutions, not just about going to UK and setting up, but can they do something around the social impact? Can they do something around water? Like Ganesh, who's from FluxGen, right? He just came online. So he's doing something where he, how to save resources, like precious resource like water. Solve big problems, things can be taken care of, okay? Now, Jagat, the other thing that I would like you to, again, Chris, because it's 6:16. Well, I talked about so many things about marketing and sales, and you're a founder, technology guy. How important is, and something that I keep pushing, I push all the founders that you have to learn marketing and sales techniques. What have you learned in the last 6 months? Give at least 5 bullet pointer things, like some of the hacks that you're using to do outreach.
I think number one is, I think ours is the nature of the product. So the video conferencing product, as I've said before, is different from other products. It's a zero-sum game. If your product doesn't work brilliantly, no amount of marketing will save it, because it's actually going to work negatively. More people are going to come, they're going to see it's not good, and they're never going to use it again. And they will spread that bad word to the whole community that, hey, don't use this product. So one is, we have, our product today is world-class, global, no complaints as such. Few off cases we do have, depending on some browsers, some networks, but from the platform point of view, there is no issues. Number one, I've realized is that the product works well. In our case, it's the best form of marketing, right? People really enjoy the experience. It's so simple, and they try it. Two is, I think, and this is something that I've always been, but I think, as you know, with the past few months, we have engaged, more closely on LXS and otherwise. I think community is everything. And in India, especially, we are not into this mindset where we should be working in silos as a single startup running around. I think it's very important for people to come together, because there is so much, as I've said before, Knowledge is those few things that the more you share, the more you have. And it's unlike money, where the more you share, you may not have that, right? It may go away. But it's very important. And we're in the knowledge industry. So we must understand that, and we've always done that. We've always delivered value. And we have seen that the more value we're delivering, the more definitely comes back to you, right? It's like karma. So number two is, be community focused. This is the number two. Number one is product. Number two, community focused. Number three is really understand funnels. Funnels is everything in the online space. There's something that's highly underestimated, not spoken about too much in the Indian startup ecosystem.
Of course, sales funnels,
I would say that, tools and funnels at a very, very deep technical level, like where you're A/B testing landing pages, then you are taking them into a particular automated loop where, the guy goes through if this happens to him, then if he does this happens to him. The whole thing is a huge, massive chart. It's a massive chart of, the customer's journey from the first time he discovers you till whenever he becomes your customer. It's not that the first time I spoke to him, sixth time he became a customer, or 10th. They're like infinitely in your loop forever. And that's the most brilliant thing that we have learned, because that's again to do, bit like the flywheel model. But I would big shout out to ClickFunnels. I think, these kind of tools, they are the game changers, guys. I mean, you have to use ClickFunnels, you have to use GetResponse, ConvertKit, other tools like this. So 3 is, of course, this. Couple of more, what I would say, fifth one or fourth one, in India specifically, we're a highly price sensitive market. Times today are tough. Do not try to be a premium brand. When you have good competitive pricing, it's the best form of marketing. People like stuff that they can afford. But at the same time, people associate lower quality products with, lower price products with lower quality.
Yeah. So that's dangerous also.
Company can provide a low quality product, a low price product at, of very, very high quality, you are in business globally. And this is our goal now.
Perfect. Yeah.
So this is, very, very important. Look at that low price, high quality, which is what we can do. That's the beauty of India. And the last, probably, one last point I would say on the sales and marketing is that, this is always, always try and implement more of a pull model than a push model. So I don't, as Vijeta would know well, and I don't like to be too salesy. We don't sell too much. We don't like to shove a product down the competition's throat, down our customer's throat. We like to deliver value. And, that way, the kind of customers who are coming also are very different customers. They know you, they know your culture, they know how you work, they know your product. And, our product, the thing is like, it's freemium. So people typically have got the value even before they pay us a rupee.
Yeah.
So they've already tried everything, it works.
Yeah.
And then to upgrade, they come and pay more. So it's a very give first culture. So I think these 5 points on marketing
build community. That's something I agree with. I think that's how the
product's your best marketing tool. Your product's your best marketing tool. Number 2 is build community. I would say then keep the price point low. And then, the other 2 points that we discussed.
Yeah. So I also would encourage a lot of people to become volunteers. Okay. So even as founders, however busy you are, I know a lot of founders who have done some things with the Head Start. They've done things with TechStart Startup Weekend. They look at Startup Grind. I am personally also been involved with TechStart Startup Weekend and Head Start. Very much amazing people, brilliant folks, totally pro bono, totally volunteer. Even at TiE Bangalore, Jagat, people can become members. They can also become members who are volunteers. For example, I was telling you that we have a lot of these big sessions coming up. Okay, the IoT Matrix, which is going to be focused totally on IoT, 5G, telecom, cyber security, robotics, AR, VR, right? I'm doing a lot of work with the Bangalore Technology Summit and the teams at the Startup Karnataka cell. They are always hungry at what can we do more? How can we find out more about what we can do? So please keep in touch.
Yeah, I think
contribute back. Yeah, Satya is brilliant guy. You have the Elevate Udati programs that are going on. Then in the smaller towns of Karnataka also, Jagat, there's they have something called the New Age Incubator networks.
NAIN,
so a lot of these colleges, NAIN, right? But a lot of these colleges are not open right now. But they're still looking at how they can do things virtually. So be mentors, be part of this. We are working a lot with Derby Foundation, right? So Derby Foundation also saying Series B, Series C funded startups in healthcare. Come and be mentors to our startups. So see that people are spending time. They're giving their time. I've also shared this resource. A lot of resources I'm sharing is about SoundCloud, Idea Spring Capital. So they have got this SoundCloud thing, Jagat. You should also take a look at it.
Yeah.
I put it on the chat group. These are things where they talk about, building MVP, product market fit. What are the things that you have to look out as, as from the investor point of view. Next week, I'm going to be publishing a blog which has been written by an accelerator, Jagat, where they talk about a reverse thing, right? If you are a startup and you want to solve this jigsaw puzzle, right? Like, how do I become part of an accelerator? So, I mean, Abhay Tandon talks about it. A lot of these our partners, I know, I encourage them and request them that talk to the founders, man. Like, how do they crack you guys? How do they get your paid POCs, become part of your cohort, solve big problems, make lots of money? Okay, it's all about making money.
I think I think as you said, a large part that we have done. I've done work with some, large companies in terms of their digital transformation. Companies like Danfoss, companies like Underwriters Laboratories, DTZ, Cushman Wakefield, BJP, the ZTV. I've worked in past 10 years with all of these companies. And the one thing I've realized in enterprise sales, and basically when you're doing a startup with a POC, with an enterprise, it is an enterprise sale. What you must try and understand is that it's really about how is it really going to impact their bottom line. And today, it's really whether it happens through efficiency, whether it happens through improved marketing and sales, whether it happens through cost cutting. End of the day, they have to see tangible value, right? It's not about an intangible idea concept, right? So it's really do that POC, do a phase 1 very quickly, have that POC going, then you take it up to phase 2, phase 3, grow it, and scale that enterprise, right? So you have to have a 3-phase model for working enterprises. I don't think you can start off, just a new guy, go enterprise and transform it completely. It won't happen.
No, you can't.
Phase wise, first phase is small, prove that, get the manager, talk to their manager's manager, get them into meetings, build consensus, and then you have to move forward.
Absolutely. So the other few very crisp bullet points that I want to share with all the founders is, number 1, look at yourself and how you can create this very strong persona, very ethical persona. That's how you're someone who can be trusted and who's a thought leader. So you can't just sit and just say that I'm a thought leader. You have to contribute back. You have to do research work. You have to create white papers and blogs. Some of the things that I'm also willing, Jagat, we can also get some CIOs or CTOs. That's, I think, important. Not just the founders, but let's look at CTOs also, right? They're building the product. So how can we bring them on? And you have to prepare, right? You have to prepare a couple of slides. You got to talk about SDKs, integrations. You got to talk about whatever it takes to, make your product even better. We can do some of these things.
I think, yes, I've had this discussion with you, with Akhil also, that today there's too much of glorification of only CEOs. But I think really as tech companies, we need to get the CTOs. And CTOs are not guys who will talk like CEOs. They won't do PPTs. We are going to get 4 or 5 of very smart CTOs consistently, where they put in their problems and they're basically coding with their screen share. So the others are solving some issues for them. They get tangible value in 1 hour. Something they're stuck on for weeks, they'll be able to solve it in a few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have to shout out to them here. All these engineers, all these innovators, right? They are solving big problems. They are really slogging, right? They're really slogging. Okay, that's number 1.
All credit to all the tech guys who are really slogging.
Oh yes, the rock stars. Absolutely. Correct. And then look at the ecosystem. Okay, I mean, not just about TiE. There's NASSCOM, there is CIA, there's FICCI, there's ASSOCHAM. There is so many things going on. See how you can interact with the enablers out there who are always in the back seat, but they are the guys who are really slogging hard and putting in lots of value to the network. And then it comes to the art of networking. Okay, your network is equal to your net worth, but it's only if you give value to your network. If you're just looking to take and you're not giving, or if you're just being just a greedy person, it's going to be very difficult because a lot of doors will just shut out for you. Okay. So be careful about that. At the same time, doesn't mean you just give, and you just get sucked out. That's not the way it works. But look at barter. I would love founders to think of ways they can barter, support, get together in affiliate marketing, referral marketing, so that they can help you each other to grow very cleanly, very ethically. Agreements and NDAs must be signed because I strongly believe that this is how partners and founders can grow. The other thing, and Jagat, this is something that I know that you and a lot of other founders are coming together. We have this founders feed WhatsApp group. And so many. You're part of InQ WhatsApp group, my startup, Bangalore thing. So many groups that we're trying to bring in. I've shared the resources of the TiE Bangalore group. That's got 13,000 people on it. Okay, please share about your startups. And if you see something good that someone else is sharing, please like it and share it with more people, because that's how you'll get love. You give love, you'll get love. If you remember, Jagat, our good friend Suresh Babu, who came and said, "Help helps." The BNI slogan of "Give us gain." Pay it forward. These are not empty slogans. It's practice. Live and breathe it, and that's it, man. I want to give a shout out also, Jagat, to the AP and Bev team. they're also trying to build a lot of resources where they can see they can't work with more than 5-10 startups, and they work with people in logistics, whatever it is, right? But at least they're trying. They're bringing people together. Okay. So I think then it's almost 6:30, so I want to be careful about the time.
No, I need
So-
to remind you that this time, this is the 20th episode. And I must remind Vijeta that I am the one doing the questioning. Hold on. I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you
So
some.
go for it. Go for it. You can ask the question.
And I'll ask a few
Ask
questions. So again, being from Thai's point of view, the top 3 or 4 initiatives that the startup founders and entrepreneurs should be interested in that Thai is offering right now. If you could, one is of course the B2B sales thing, and then you could just tell 2-3 about them, and probably one last.
Definitely. Sure. So this B2B Sales Academy is happening. It's already 4 episodes old. It is happening at 10 a.m. On Thursdays. So the next one is happening on 15th, free to attend. And Jagat, I told you about this, right? Not just attending it, take part, engage. And we have also created a communication channel called Discord. Okay. So after you attend it, you can become part of those various groups. And then that's where the networking happens. Okay. Again, don't sell, network, give value, understand each other, find out what's happening on the sales field, right? I mean, there are hundreds of questions that is coming out over there, Jagat. Like, okay, how do we sell? What are the CRMs do we use? How do we, slower, like make the B2B sales cycle smaller? How do we globally expand? How can we work with more accelerators? And people like me are solving those problems, writing to them, giving them links, whatever. That's number one. Number two, we have been doing a lot of work with women entrepreneurs, and the number and includes the fact that we are working with, say, for NetApp Accelerator, we are working with Cisco Launchpad, we're working with Target. In fact, with Target, we're doing something around retail tech. If anyone is doing any problems, I've just posted it on our on LinkedIn as well. It's on my timelines. I've reshared it. So on retail tech, right? Love's Innovation Lab, Abhay Tandon and his team is always looking for people in retail tech, AR, VR, robotics, logistics, warehousing. So there's an opportunity over there. Okay. By becoming a member, there are some benefits that you get from Amazon and Google. So please do. And there are some more member benefits that are going to be rolled out next week through me and my team members, Tulika and all that. Then for young entrepreneurs, 14 to 17-year-olds, we have something called the Young Entrepreneurs. Okay. Where parents will really enjoy this because their children will learn about startups, they will learn about entrepreneurship, term sheets and product market fit and prototyping and lean model canvas and whatever it is, all that kind of stuff, right? Then the other thing that we are very interesting, right? And Jagat, now as a member, remember, because of the virtual world, right? Take advantage of the fact that you can become a member of a few of these communities. You can become a member of all these WhatsApp groups, etc. If you volunteer with IoT Forum, you can actually become part of Telegram groups out there. There are some hundreds of them who are working together to build this community. And anything, 5G, telecom, cybersecurity, connected vehicles, whatever it is. There are different agri-tech. We just recently did something on agri-tech. On 16th, we're doing something with the EY Global Distribution team where we're doing a design thinking workshop. And oh my God, there's so many, man. 14th, we're doing something with IoT Forum again on connected vehicles. So Som, Venki, all these guys, the Som is from Bharat Innovation Fund, and then we have Venki, then we have Arvind Tiwari, all of them are coming together and they're doing stuff on, these kind of things, right? You have the 5G and connected vehicles coming together. What's going on? What
They
are
are
the
part
things
of
that
the
are...
next wave of telecom, and I think
Yes, absolutely.
Debati, LoRa, and these are the things that are going to really push that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, then the other thing that we will be doing is that I told about NTT, right? The Japan folks are doing something with us, and again I'm going to be announcing it next week. We just finished. Okay, what we do is, since we partner with a lot of accelerators, I would also encourage you guys to look at Derby Foundation, who was a partner again. They focus on healthcare startups. Okay. Then I would also encourage you to look at the SAP Startup Studio. Justin Paul, great guy, phenomenal person, trying to do a lot of stuff. Then Western Digital, we had been sharing about Western Digital / SanDisk. So they also had got some things together. And Cisco Launchpad, I think yesterday or today was today is the last day, by the way, for those who wanted to apply for the Cisco Launchpad. And then Jagat, the other things to do. Okay, my startup. Okay, the blog. I shared it on the blog as well. That whoever is interested in blogging for us, you can create content around mystartupsutras.org. Okay, please take a look at it. And anyone, Jagat, you too, right? I want you to also, but again, it's not a sales thing. You're not going to promote yourself or your product, but you promote technology, innovation. You promote whatever.
I almost never promote just my product.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, I got to give the disclaimer, right? Okay.
Sure.
And then,
warning signs.
Yeah. And then the other things that, Jagat, you as a member should do is, you want some mentoring, You can reach out. I've also shared the charter member list. You can, of course, the mentor has to have time, so it's not a given. But if you just want to just talk to someone and say like, okay, am I on the right path? Okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what I think my strategy should be. This is my hustle. But is there something else that I can do? Okay. And we keep sharing, of course, my timeline, and on the TiE timeline, we share a lot of research reports. And if you see the spamming that I do on all these other WhatsApp groups, all the reports, all the programs that are done all over the world that you can apply. It's not just about us. For example, when we did a Netherlands thing, Jagat, it was about Antler, and there was AI team of UK is doing some roundtables. Okay. So I can keep going here. I don't know if that's fair, but I mean,
that's much needed. I think all the people should know what are all the available opportunities and offerings of TiE.
Yeah, and the other thing that Jagat, the same way that you have created Vidphone TV, where all these resources are there on sales, etc., etc., our YouTube channel and Facebook Live has got a lot of resources which we share out. And I mean, take your time, go through it, reshare it to the world, because it's needed. Yeah, we should compete, man. India should be doing so much more, isn't it? Subranil also is here. Subranil, you want to raise your hand? Surya, Subranil, if anyone wants to raise their hand and come online, you can please do that. Okay, Jagat, ask me the next question. Sorry, I mean,
somebody is coming.
Yeah, 1 minute. I just think it's Subranil. Yeah, Subranil, let's get him there. You're the host.
Yes, I'm the host.
Hey, Subranil.
Hi, good to see you guys.
What's up? How's business? Dhanda kaisa hai?
Dhanda अच्छा चल रहा है, is back. Kind of coming back. But I think I was just telling that Dhanda is almost like, because most of our guys, I think, move from corporate to business. And many of the family background, even I never had any entrepreneur business background. It's like salary middle class.
Okay.
Moving to that is like a completely, instead of waiting for a paycheck and the salary month of the end of the month.
Yeah. So Subranil,
end of the month, then you start managing that over 6 months. How can you manage your finance?
Okay, Subranil. So Jagat, let's ask him very specific questions. Okay. So I'm on the hot seat.
Yeah.
And Jagat is the host, so he's going to ask you. Yeah.
This is the 20th episode, Subranil, of LXS, and today I decided to put Vijeta on the spot.
So you can ask me questions.
Yeah, because we need to pay tribute to these guys, because all the startup founders are being talked about, but no one talks about the enablers. So I think Vijeta is the right person to represent that whole ecosystem. So any one or two questions that you want to ask Vijeta, very pinpointed, very straightforward questions.
Vijeta, I think he knows that what I would be asking him, because we have been knowing for each other for some time. So he can guess it out, but
public audience. So both of you be careful.
Yeah, but I think that's very obvious. What we feel in Indian ecosystem, honestly, Jagat and Vijeta, that people just talk about innovation and investment comes on the big basket. No disregard to them on the grocery business.
Yeah.
So everybody knows that kirana dukan to chalega. But innovation is good to talk about, coming on the Times of India and Economic Times headline. But when you actually take the whole proposal to the investors and all those, they start looking at somewhere else. So that's very strange.
No, it's not strange, unfortunately, Subranil. See, look, the investor also is not here. He may be a do-gooder. He may be the greatest guy in his personal life, but he's also answerable, Subranil. Okay. They see, ultimately, how does this investor make money? They only make money when they exit. Okay, and it's a very truth of life. Even the world's biggest investors, okay, when you want to talk about Sequoias or of the world, you want to talk about SoftBank, you want to talk about whoever it is, out of 100 investments, 95% of their investments has been kaput. Right? They have lost money, they have just about broken even, or the companies have shut down. But those 5% of companies that have given them returns, those returns has been so phenomenal. It's like that's where they make all that. And see, they're also clear, man. They also say, boss, don't think that we know everything. We don't. And I would also very strongly recommend to people is that don't look at the investor just for their money. Look at their network. Very important, Subranil. People just don't understand this. Right? The network that is very unassuming, very sweet people have, okay, is the network. Okay, so we might feel bad, but I want to ask you one question. There was a time when even Big Basket was zero, no? Okay.
Achha.
Paytm also was zero. Flipkart also was zero. Whether you like it or not. So, Jagat, who by the way has raised funding, also was zero. So that's the way the world, I mean, that's Pareto's principle, right? I mean, 80%, 20%, whatever it is.
Vijay, if I can put one thought to it,
Ah.
definitely what you said, I 100% add. There's no, because people are there to money. What my whole system is the Silicon Valley, and probably the little bit of change that we are trying to bring into India, not into the what individually people are doing, is to actually promote more of R&D and provide a support where innovation is coming and the guy is not struggling alone. There's an ecosystem for him so that it becomes viable, and then the investor comes in as a thinking that is it's a thing that
Definitely.
will make money.
So Subranil, next week there's going to be a blog coming out from Murli from ABN Web, where I very specifically, I mean, just telling you, I asked him the same questions that you asked, and I told him I want you to write a very, very clear illustration, okay, with nice, beautiful graphics, point 1, point 2, point 3, of how to solve this corporate jigsaw puzzle, okay, that how can these innovators, these wonderful founders, make lots and lots of money by working with enterprises, corporates, number one. Number two, there's going to be one more series of knowledge articles from the practitioners, that the other puzzle, right? That I am an innovator, I've got a great solution, but the money seems to be going to people who have already got Series A, Series B, Series C funding. How do I get the money? But can I say something? A lot of these guys, for example, Jagat, of course, we don't reveal who his investors are, but it is always the top corporate guys, number one, who are the seed investors, angel investors, and it is founders who have made money. Okay, they have, whether whatever reason they have hustled, they have made money. Now they are giving back to the ecosystem, Subranil. So I think founders should look at, they should look at these. And this is what, I mean, you didn't hear us when we were talking about this. I was very blunt about, I'm still very blunt about this. Founders are not talking, networking, learning with each other. They're not helping each other to grow, Subranil. You're different, right? I mean, I know that Entrepreneur Cafe, the group that you have created, the people that you're working with, we have had so many conversations. You're all trying to work together, correct? But that's just a drop in the ocean, and we need 100 more of Entrepreneur Cafes. We need another 1 million entrepreneurs to work with each other. I repeat, they have to work with each other so that they can make money. Sign your NDAs, sign your referral and affiliate marketing agreements or whatever it is. Okay, if no one is helping each other out, kick that dude out of your life. Okay, do not fall into a negative trap. But work with each other. Find ways to work with each other, and nothing can stop us, Subranil. Great work. Yeah.
Very, very well said. And I just want to put in a point there. I think I applied to Y Combinator 2011-12 with social commerce. And in fact, the partner, I think her name was Chen or something. I don't know her name exactly. She had come down, and I actually asked her that I had applied. She said that we were not even looking at applications from India until 2016 or something like this. I said, "Oh my God, I was getting rejected by YC. They're not even seeing any applications." So, but one thing I'd say, what I learned, and I have friends at Y Combinator, guys who have graduated the program. A lot of, if you're a YC company, you have 20 customers before you even exit the program, because every other startup is a paying customer for you. Actually, they, it seems like they have such an informal. So many of these pizza kind of nights, beer nights. They have all of these get-togethers. And everyone knows each other, and they actually go ahead and use the product, give feedback, and that's really how everyone grow, right? That's how I think an ecosystem builds. See, it's not happening in Texas or like Chicago, right? It's all happening in Silicon Valley, Palo Alto, Mountain View. This is all the whole thing is happening, and that's because of not only what happens in the office, but I think it's what happens after the office as well, right? There are hangouts. They meet at coffee shops. They meet at for a drink, and I think that really brings about. I think slowly our ecosystem is getting better. Right, I think that's happening. But of course, I'm not close to my, we don't not reveal who are the investors as such.
No, you should not. You should not.
So I'm not.
Subranil, ask me questions. I'm on the hot seat, man. You guys, come on, ask me questions.
No, but seriously, now let me. One more question from you before I take it back from you. One more question for you.
Yeah, Subranil.
Absolutely. And I think this would be a little different. What is your take on the new education policy and the government declaring Atmanirbhar and all this? Are we ready for it?
Sure. So see, this is a very controversial and dangerous situation also, Subranil. And I know that you're in the STEM business. Look, we are also privileged. Okay, all three of us are very, very, very privileged. Okay, we were born in good families. Our parents understood the value of education. In fact, Jagat, you also talked about this, right? How your father is to encourage you, and your conversations was around that. Subrini, let us also be clear that the urban and rural digital divide is terrible.
Yeah.
It's become worse in the last few months. I must let you know also that Pushpa, my wife, she used to be with the Teach for India. So she was in a corporate career and then she left and joined, like her, so many wonderful people. They literally did fellowships for 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, with Teach for India.
Amazing.
And that goal was like them, like so many NGOs are there which work in underprivileged communities. It is terrible. Okay, the kind of lives that those children and those families lead is so hard. It's heartbreaking. Okay, and that is true out of maybe 80% of the children, and it's become worse in the last 6 months. So it's not about the policy, Subranil. Very honestly, I think a lot of things that we must also be doing in whatever small way that we can is break the digital barrier. Number one. Number two, and let's be also clear, look at the kind of work that people do in Israel and the Valley and China and all that stuff, right? Those children of our age, of in the same Indian age group, if you do like a numbers or quality thing, not discriminating, but they are way ahead of the curve. Okay, their vocational skills, the ability for them to create so many products and other things because of the ambience around them.
Yeah.
So what the national the NEP is trying to do is to give more and more opportunities for STEM, to give and break the divide, etc., is very critical. Okay, circumstances of course play a role. Unfortunately, what we have now, we can't go back to school, we can't go back to college. There is a lot of work being done on the retraining. I spend a lot of time on these hackathons with students in where, Subramani, you know that we went together, right, to Great Lakes and all that stuff. But we coming together, and I would love to work with you on this, Subramani, as a volunteer or whatever you want to say. We have a challenge in India. Okay, I'm 48. You are whatever in your 40s. Jagat in his 30s. He's got a baby. You have children. I don't. Yeah.
Very, very.
Think about the future.
And my kid is what you call a coronial. Born on in the day almost like a few days after Modi announced the shutdown.
Yeah.
And when you look at what's in charge, it's very.
So I don't answer your specific question, Subranil, and what I think about this policy. I would like to encourage all of our countrymen and people like you and me and Jagat and whoever is listening in, that come together to break the divide. Okay, because look, let's be selfish about this. If you don't do that, there's going to be social unrest. There's going to be a massive unemployment problem. You're going to have people fighting for very scarce resources, and there's going to be anarchy. Right? It's as simple as that. So we got to support governments, we got to support NGOs who are doing a lot of work in the rural and the small towns to break this. People like Kutum, who also happens to be I think a customer of Jagat and Vidphone, they are trying to bring employment. And I know that Subranil, you also doing a lot of work with people like Preetham and all that to try to see, can we create employment for people, correct? So the more
exactly.
See, because people, they're saying that children are not able to go to school, so they're going back to work. They're sitting at home. They're getting into all the bad habits. So while urban children are working hard, the parents are pushing them. They also know that if they don't work and they don't learn and work hard to learn and unlearn and to absorb things, they'll be left in the whatever this rat race of this world. So I don't know, Subranil, if I answered your question on the policy.
You answered it. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Why I'm saying that? Because whichever way, though we are not that big actually to be able to do so much, but our objective is definitely to go to that path.
Yeah.
And at this point of time, we are collaborating with the corporates and their CSR activity. We say that we'll go and teach the STEMs to all the rural schools and all.
Beautiful.
Whichever way we can do it.
No, we should share this, Subranil. You're also part of this founders feed and other things now. Of course, we are part of so many groups. Let's reshare all this information and knowledge and everything, Subranil. I will be happy. I'm seriously, I will love to talk to you about these things also. Okay. Hey man, any other questions, buddy? Sorry, we are
pretty much out. So Subranil, thanks for joining in. Would love to connect with you again offline as well. Thanks for
absolutely. I got pleasure.
Thank you.
Always good. Thank you.
He did not. He sidestepped your question there, but he's executed. I remember that.
No, I think I wanted to put him on spot, but he actually is a good guy. Actually, he knows how to dodge.
You have to. When you're in his role, you have to do it. Be careful. Anyway, thanks.
We are neutral, and we are a platform. We are a community. We want everyone's opinions. We want great things to happen. We'll support anything that will help the ecosystem. Okay, and I promise you that. Okay. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
All right, Vijayatha, we're pretty much come to the end. Any last parting word from you? Again, I must say that, you know, even in everything that you have spoken, you have maintained that ethos of being, you know, from the non-profit side, not really taking sides, and I think that's something that's quite amazing, and I must appreciate you know, you for doing that. So, parting words from you before we sign off, and everyone can go away.
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, Jagat, today we're living in the digital world. There's a lot of resources, platforms, opportunities that is being shared by so many wonderful people. Embrace the digital world. Of course, you can't sit in front of the system and, you know, go mad with everything. But look, dig deep, research work, talk to the right people, and founders must help founders. Okay, all my wonderful shout out has to be given to the VC world, the HNI world, angel investors, Indian Angel Network, you know, the TiE board members, the TiE charter members, startups and founders and members like you. Come together. Okay, I'm always happy to facilitate, create opportunities, and it's a 24/7. Okay, we'll sleep. I know you don't sleep much, but when we sleep, but again, set things in motion so that, you know, great things will happen and support will happen, Jagat. And I'm there, man. And today, okay, tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow? I want to talk about that also with you. That for the startup Sundays, we want to get some startups to come together, founders to come together.
Purely for the ecosystem.
Yeah,
I think the startup founder has some issue that's bothering him. Just come and share it out, and hopefully something good will happen.
Done deal. All right. And a lot of fantastic folks, right? There is, you know, the push start team is there, NSR cell is there, and I mean, so many people, man, so many people doing amazing.
A lot of good folks.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for joining in, Vijeta. This is a special episode 20 with Vijeta Shastri of TiE Bangalore. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Tomorrow, join us for Startup Sunday. It's going to be amazing.
7:30 in the evening, isn't it? Perfect.
Thank you so much. All right.
So,
bye. Good day.
Bye-bye, Jagat. Cheers. God bless. Bye-bye.